Porchfest. My name is Brandi Rackers. I'm from Jefferson City, Missouri. I've been teaching art for 10 years. I have my Bachelor's of Science degree in Art Education from Missouri State University and my Master's of Art degree in Studio Art from Lindenwood University. I've loved art as long as I can remember, and any chance I get to share my passion with others, I do it. I know art education is valuable because not only does it give people the opportunity to create, it also helps people to better understand the art and ideas of others better. By being more flexible, by practicing your creativity, and by working on your critical thinking, you can really grow as an individual. I know that by understanding how art is made and by looking at the power of visual messages, we can all become better individuals. I believe in the power of art so much, I have started a virtual art program. If you go to my website, findingplaceart.com, you will see the courses that I have set up. These courses are for kids 12 or adults on up. Any age is really welcome. So please stay around and I'll give you a tour of my website.
This is the Finding Place Art Program website. If you go to findingplaceart.com, this will be the page that you see. Scrolling down on the homepage, you will notice short descriptions of each of the classes that I offer virtually. Scrolling down even further, you will see when each course is offered. To learn more about the courses, simply go to the Courses tab at the top of the page. Art 1, Understanding Art Elements, is the course currently happening. If you're interested, however, and it's beyond that date, you can sign up for Session 2, this link right here. By clicking on the image, it will take you to a course description. Each of my courses is 8 weeks long and covers the art elements or the art principles, which is the language of making art. In addition to making your own artwork, you will be looking at the artwork of others to gain better understanding on how to read or visually see the messages being communicated. We will also have discussions with the rest of the class. Meetings will be held Mondays from 7 to 8 via Zoom, and that'll be a time for you to share your artwork with the class and to also go over some of the basic art principles and concepts we are talking about. In addition to the hour that we meet a week, you will be doing your art projects on your own. I recommend investing at least an hour of your time, but the more you put into it, the happier you're going to be with the products that you get. If you'd like to know more about the virtual program, simply go to the About section. And if you'd like to know more about me, the instructor, simply go to the Instructor section. If you'd like to be able to become a member, and that way you can get updates, and later on when you join a course, I can go ahead and invite you to the content that is provided on this website. I can't wait to hear from you guys, so please reach out to me. I'm going to show you guys how to take some boring lettering and turning into something a lot more graphic and cool. What I've done here is I have taken my C and I just lightly sketched it out with a pencil, my normal everyday handwriting. Then, to make it pop, I've gone around that C with some more light basic pencil lines. I've already converted my basic C into a block letter. Now that I've done that, I can erase my initial C drawing because I no longer need it. It was just my guide. Now, this block letter doesn't quite match this J I've been working on. I've got to add some shapes and some pizzazz. Going off of what I've already created, I can create even more basic lines that extend the field of my C just a little bit more, making it a little bit more creative, a little bit more unique, something different than what people are always used to seeing when it comes to letters. I want to make sure I don't distort it too much. I still want to be able to read it as a C. I already feel like that's looking a lot better. Now I can go in and I can start thinking of the elements that are going to give it some creativity. I've got this dripping going on at the top. Maybe to balance that out, I'll include the dripping effect down here at the bottom of my C, so that way my two different letters seem unified. Then, when I have all the drawings in the way that I want, I can always go over to my Sharpie because I've made more of a clear decision on what it is that I'm looking for. I think it's looking pretty good. Now let's say I want to add a word underneath here. I'm thinking about doing the word strong, S-T-R-O-N-G. Now, instead of just writing it out to where it doesn't seem centered, I'm going to think about the middle of my word and work from the inside out. S-T-R-O-N-G. The R and the O are the middle of my word. So I'm going to center those letters first in the middle point. And once again, I'm just doing it with my plain old chicken scratch. That doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Just like with my C, I'm going to start going around each of these letters to convert them into something a lot more blocky, a lot more dynamic. Now, this initial sketch definitely does not need to take me a long time. One key to graphic art is to always create a good amount of variety. You don't want to use the same thickness of lines. You don't want to use the same color or the same value. You want to mix it up a little bit. Think outside the box. Now that I've gone around the outside of these letters, I can start to erase. Check back in a little bit to see how I've converted these pencil lines into something much more dynamic using just basic Sharpies that I've got around my house. As you can see, I finished bedazzling my JC Strong. I've added some stippling, which is what these dots are, to create some value and some texture. I've added some hatching with lines just to create even more value and texture. I've made sure to use a variety of different colors and thicknesses of lines in different spots just to create some drama and some interest. I feel like I've really come a long way from my basic pencil drawing to the way this looks with my Sharpie. I'd love to see what you guys create. So if there's a way for you to take pictures of them and post them on social media, that would be awesome.